Right then, this is not the video I had planned, and here's why. Okay guys, sorry, there's going to be no video this week. I was cutting the blank to do it, and my bandsaw decided to throw a wheel, so I have to fix this. As you can see, it's gone solid, it's pushed this out. So I basically have to strip down the top of the bandsaw and fix it. So sorry about that, but I was actually cutting the blank for the video. But I'm going to have to fix this. So sorry about that, and I'll see you next time. Right then, as I said, this isn't the video I had planned, and that's why I was actually cutting the blank for the video I had planned when that little disaster happened, and instead of taking me most of the day to get the bandsaw back to running, but it's back to running properly again. It actually threw both wheels off, so I basically had to take the bandsaw apart and redo it. So as I said, this isn't the video I had planned, but this is the one that I've been hinting at for the last couple of months, right? It's a pen kit, but it's a very weird pen kit, right? It's we have a thing over here, and it's in some other countries as well, called Bikefest, right? Where you get bikers from everywhere. They come and they basically have a 3-day show, right? I attended it last year, did very well at it, but had nothing that was biker specific. So this year I have ordered, as I said, 40 of these kits. I mentioned that in a video before, right? And I'm going to do most of them out of antler. This one is not antler. This one I'm actually doing out of bog oak and resin that has kind of flame colour in it. That's the clip off of it. Right. Where is it? Oh, there you are. Okay. Right, that's the clip off of it. Right. Basically, it's a skull in a motorcycle helmet. There's a motorcycle on it. I'll give you a better look at the rest of the kit when I'm doing it, after I've done it. Right, now the first thing I want to do is drill the blanks. Put that away, because those kits are quite expensive. Right, so I need to get this off. I've been doing nothing but churning out pens for the last week. So I'm kind of a bit burned out on pens. Just what I was going to do. This absolutely gorgeous bowl for this video. But as I said, I had that problem and I don't have time to do it now. Right. Now, if you're doing one of these kits, there's a few tricks to it. And there's a few things you have to watch for. Right. The kit comes from Rising Industries, of course, pen kits mo, where I get all my kits from. I actually ran out of one kit when I was doing a show, and I had to buy them basically locally from a woodturning supplier. And I'm not joking you, I paid 4 times what I pay in paint kits now, and the quality was not good. But that happens every now and again. Yeah, I wasn't happy with the quality of them at all. Right. So this kit anyway requires a 10mm drill bit. There's 2 different size blanks required. Right. So we'll just drill this. I've done one of these type with this blank just to try it out after I'd made them, and they're not too bad at all. Okay, they're drilled. I'll just glue up the tubes and level them off, and I'll be right back. Okay, the things you got to watch for doing this kit, right? There's two blanks. There's a long one and a short, right? The long one is down at the tip of the pan. The short one was up at the top of it, right? Now, there are four different sizes of bushings, right? And the way they go on is important, and you do not want to mix these up or it won't work, right? There's a large, there's one that's slightly smaller, one that's slightly smaller, one that's slightly smaller, okay? Now, the smallest one goes onto where the nib goes, right? The second largest one goes onto that end of the kit, of the blank, should I say, right? The largest one goes next, right? And the only one that's left goes last. Now, as I said, this is kind of a strange kit because it's got weird things in it, right? You've also got to be careful assembling it. Right, so we started off up to 2000 as normal. Right. Clean it off. My wife actually came up with this design of a blank. I poured the two colours at the same time, kind of make it look a bit like fire. Right, so I did it while they were stabilising the bog. This long set resin really does kind of tangle at times. I have to keep stopping when I'm doing this. Clear them off. Right. Yeah, no, I'm not joking you. When that thing went this morning, I was not happy. I wasn't going to do this pen video till next week. This is closer to Bikefest. Let's see what I'm doing. Get that off there. The tips are elongated out a bit. Now get my final shape. These are quite a heavy pen. Quite a heavy looking pen as well. The kit itself is very heavy. A gentler swoop there. Top one is still a bit wide, so only slightly. Right now, I'm good. Right now, something I've done because I'm doing so many of these kits, is the first set of bushings I used, I'm keeping them for sanding and finishing. so that I don't change the size on these ones. These are for cutting only. So I'll just stick the other set of bushings on. Put these back where they go so that I don't mix them up. And the second set of bushings, which are now off size. Smallest, medium. Now I'm going to sand them, and I'm only going to use 240 on them because it's resin and it doesn't need much sanding. So I'm just going to use 240 on it. What I'm looking for when I'm sanding resin is, you see the way it's gone kind of white? I'm looking for an even white coat over the whole thing, because that means everything has been sanded evenly. And I do not want to sand down to the bushings on this because, as I said, they're off size. I just want to sand it so the finish is nice on it. Right, there we have. That's even. Right. Give it a clean with nets. That is going to be pretty. You see the way the two colours are mixed in that? That's going to be quite pretty. Right. Spin it up, let it dry. Sanding sealer. In case anybody's wondering how I did the blanks, where I poured the two colours in at the same time from the opposite side, and then I just got basically a little stick and just kind of half mixed them together, but not much. I only did one draw through each time because I wanted the colours separated, but I wanted them a little mixed, if you get what I mean. Right, then some standard Yorkshire grit. So I didn't want to do another antler one on this because the video a couple of weeks ago was I think I've covered everything that needs to be covered on antler. But so I'm doing these out of, what I'm doing is I'm doing 20 antler and 20 bog oak. Well, actually 20 antler, 15 bog oak and 5 in Indian rosewood. And they'll all be at Killarney Bikefest this year. That's when I'm introducing them. So it's definitely a different kind of kit. Right, some Yorkshire grit microfine. some Hampshire Shane hide loss wax. You know, I don't like using CI finishes. Right, spin that up, let it dry. Won't take long because there's only a tiny amount of it. Right, while that's spinning up, I'll take that kit out of the pack and I'll be back in a sec. Alright, buffing the wax off, so it doesn't take long to dry on a pen. I love the way those two resins swirl together. It kind of does look like flame, which was the idea my wife had. Right, now I'll set up for putting this together and I'll be back in a sec and I'll give you a much better look at the kit because there's loads and loads of little details in this kit that are fantastic. Right then, we put this kit together. Now as I said, there's a load of details in this and I'll show you them as we're going. Right, there's also certain things you have to do with this when you're putting it together to avoid damaging the kit. Okay, first part is easy enough, right? I showed you already. It's the skull and biker clip, right? And what you do is you get the short tube and the skull and biker goes on the thin end. Right. Okay, now next up is the center band. Now the center band, right, has this little spacer ring on it, right? And I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but around the center band is live to ride, ride to live. And what I always try and do is I try and line up the word ride with the front of the pen. And press it home. Right. And there's the top of the pen done. Right. Bottom of the pen. Now this is where you've got to be careful. Right. On the wide end, the mechanism goes in. Now, the mechanism comes like this. Right. Take that off. Do not try and press this home with that there because you will bend that. And again, on the thick end, press it home. Right, now the nib has basically bones coming down it, right? And it has almost like a chain motif around there, right? Yet again, unscrew it, right? There's the nib part, there's a little ring, and then there's the carrier. Right. Press it home. Yet again, being careful. You don't want to wreck your threads. Press it home. Screw the mechanism back on. Put your refill in. They're a Parker type refill. Right, spring on. Little ring on. Now this little ring is slightly tapered, so make sure the wide part of the taper goes up onto the pen. Screw the tip on. Check your retract. Now these pens retract both ways. Right. Now there's a trick to know if it's a good twist pen or not. When you twist it, it will go out. Now hopefully the camera picks this up, but then it'll come back slightly. Right, the nib comes back slightly. Right, out, back slightly. out back slightly, and it kind of sits in. It stops. It's a little mechanism they put in to stop the pen untwisting. Right, and then you just push the top on, and there is your biker pen. As I said, not the video I planned. I haven't planned to do this one till next week. I said I actually like the design we've came up with for these blanks. It's a great kit. Anybody you have that's into bikes will love these. I've already got about five or six of them pre-sold to clients who are bikers. So they're really nice. They're pen kit small, basically Rising Industries. You can order direct from them, or you'll probably find if you look around that somebody stocks the Rising stuff, and you'll get this kit there, right? So, sorry it's not the video I planned. I'll do that one next week. So I hope you enjoyed that one. If you got anything out of it, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like on the video, and I'll see you in the next one.